Okay. Microphone. All right. Flip back over. Oh, that's part of my problem right there. That's why I couldn't hear anything. I had to move my headphones over. That's the problem. There we go. Now I can hear it. Make sure that my microphone's working now. I can't believe, what the hell is that? That's cringe. That's very cringe. Okay, fix that. There we go. Okay, got it. Yep, we're working now. We are working now. We're working now. Yay. Okay. What are my orders? What do I have to do? Warrior, easy enough. Faithful warrior, we can do that. Classic slayer, I can probably do that. All right, let's rock and roll. Hannah, what are you doing in chat? I thought you were at work. Did you lie to me? Are you off work? It's crazy. Well, hey guys, hope you're all doing well. We are streaming. I know that I said I was taking a break from streaming, but Lark and I talked, and he said that I should at least give it a try. That I should, like, because he's like, dude, I want you to try and stream a little bit. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll try. We will try. I got hurt. I fell down some stairs. She fell down some stairs. Okay, let's go Kensei. Let's go Kensei. Kensei what? But how'd you get hurt, Hannah? What'd you do to yourself? Did you cut yourself on glass? Oh, I'm already in. Sweet. All right, let's rock. I'm gonna go to, actually, I think they've got A on lockdown. I'm gonna go to C. Misstepped and your knee gave in. Ooh, that's not good. That is not good. I'm sorry, Hannah. That stinks. Nice try. All right. All right. I'm gonna go heal. You really should have activated revenge, buddy. I thought that he was going to fake it. I really thought that he was going to fake it. I really thought he was going to fake it. Wait, why did this pop up on my computer? Go away. There we go. Had a notification I didn't need. Oh, man. I don't think we'll win this one. They're playing pretty good. They're playing pretty good. I mean, we've got more kills, but they've got zone control, and zone control matters most in Dominion. Y'all want to take A? Go take A. I'm going to make sure we don't lose B, because that's where that warden's headed. Damn it. Oh no, he's a thanker. Oh no, the warden's a thanker. No, warden, I was about to respect you. I was about to respect you, bro. I see you didn't want my respect. You wanted the cringe. Have I enjoyed the increase of customizations? Yeah, I have actually. Okay. What's with this warden? Are you for... Yeah, you lost any respect from me, brother. Look at this coward. I love him. I love this guy. He gives a bad name to wardens everywhere. More room for cool sets without replacing much. Yeah, my only problem with it is they didn't increase the number of items you can have stored of any one type. Remember, you're limited at 60 items, which means that if you have a full set, like all 9 sets, that means that's 6 unique items per set. That's 6 times 9. Do the math. How much is that? That's 6 times 9. How much is that? How much is that? My math whizzes. Very good. It's 54. Tech got it right. So that means that if I have a full set for each warden, like if I give my warden a full set for each slot, that means I have 54 items already queued up that I can't get rid of, which means I can only get 6 items more before I'm fully loaded and can't get more. So that's my only problem. I think if they're going to increase the number of load slots, they need to increase the number of items you can get. Look at this coward. See, look at him. I love Kyoshin's dog. Just hide in your all guard. You're fucking safe all guard. You're fucking safe all guard. I love it, man. Nobody likes Kyoshin. That Kyoshin is playing weird? Nah, that's pretty standard Kyoshin behavior. Drop into an all guard and just wait for an enemy to bounce off of it. That is standard Kyoshin procedure. That is the way the Kyoshin play, man. Damn, he activated Revenge too soon. I thought I could catch him early. Yep. Oh well. Fuck that warden in particular, right? Boy couldn't play to save his life. Hey, Tempest. Love the two how-to videos and can say they have joined my lineup in builds. Excellent, Nathan. Glad you liked them. Love the Northern Guard Mercenary build. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you liked that. I was very frustrated with the videos the other day. Especially the Surrounded by Trolls one. That video was just a pain. Raven, I enjoyed your troll vid, and you were probably the only one who did. The Kyoshin quit before the ending? Man, he was so cringe, he knew he didn't deserve that win. Wow. It's a sad state of affairs you gotta be in to live like that. I really love Celine's build. Yeah, I had a couple people say that it was just clean or Apollyon. So honestly, the two videos I released yesterday, I really wasn't proud of. Like it really was painful. Oh, thank you for the $10, Vlad. I'm sorry I missed that. I was distracted. Appreciate the donation, man. Appreciate it. Sorry I missed that. Raven, you're too hard on yourself. I keep myself honest. That's the thing. I keep myself honest. How am I today? I'm not so good. I had a rough day at work, but did want to stream a little. Lark has encouraged me to get back into streaming. Especially since he can't stream right now since his computer is in the shop. Let's see. Let's go, Warlord. We are our own worst critics? Well, yeah. Hey, Peter. Glad you're here. Am I enjoying Monster Hunter? Yeah, I beat it already. It was fun. How long do we think the PC will be in the shop for? We don't know. It just went in today. They said that they'd let us know what the issue is and what it'll take, so we don't know yet. We don't know yet. So until he gets his computer back, he can't stream Skyrim. Did you get a new job or another subbing job? I'm still subbing, but today was really bad. Just really misbehaving kids. Just kids who did not want to listen. Had to snap at them a few times. I appreciate that, Nina. I really do. The thing for me is I've just got a lot of concerns about the future of the channel. I've talked to Lark lately about how I'm just not sure how much longer I can keep doing the channel. That's kind of my situation right now. I'm not sure how much longer I can keep doing it. Ravenwood Monster, Monster Hunter do you enjoy the most in terms of design? I don't know. I like a lot of them. They're really cool. It's hard for me to pick a favorite. I kind of like that paralysis spider that you fight. I thought that was a neat combination. All right, all three of you against one. Okay. Thank you. Look at this boy just sitting in his all guard. Fuck all guards, man. You just sit there and do nothing but... See, that's what I hate about these heroes. What they do is they find a buddy and they stick with that buddy, and then they just sit in their all guard. The only thing you can do is either bash them or guard break them. If you try to do that, then the other enemy that's with them is going to just hit you and punish you for doing it. If you ignore them, then they're just going to hit you while you're ignoring them, and it's very irritating. I just hate it, man. Hey, a break and run. How you doing, dude? And that's why Kyoshin annoys me. I think he's got the most oppressive all guard besides Black Prior. Black Prior's all guard is really, really strong because of the bulwark counter, but Kyoshin's just gives him too many buffs as a result of his. So, Warlord's not going to be able to turn that around. I better go up here and just help and see. Good teamwork, Griffin. Oh well. Dude popped the revenge. No, he knew he was safe. He knew that he could pop it whenever he felt like. I feel like revenge should have a count. Like I feel like you can't just sit like with the proposed revenge too long. To me, I think that's a little unfair. Like, let's say that you're ganking someone and they get access to revenge, but then they kill one of the guys ganking them, and now they're ganking someone else, and you just still have access to revenge because you're still locked on. I think that's a little unfair. I feel it's a reward for being able to withstand an outnumbered situation. Sure, but I think if all you do is sit on it for that long, then it becomes a crutch that you're just using. You just sit there and turtle. Like, for example, some characters that can turtle real easily, like Warlord, Black Prior, Kyoshin, it's just a crutch at that point. They'll just turtle until they get access to that revenge and then just use it as their crutch later. I think that there has to be a time limit on it. Like, you have access to it, now you have a limited time to use it before it wears out. Otherwise, it's like, come on, man. Like... Stream going well so far? I have yet to win a match, but I mean, yeah. And we won't win this one, I can already tell. I've come to terms with the fact that I am just... This game's always going to be my kryptonite. You felt like matchmaking's been really bad this season? Yeah, I've felt that. I've been in a lot of matches where I just get destroyed. I'm glad this one turned itself around, though. That's good. There we go. Tron Conkadonk. Wait, you're that warden from earlier. I recognize your name. You're that warden who was getting all cocky earlier. Aww. Victory. Anyway. Well, we won that one by the skin of our teeth, but we did win it. That's what matters. Phew! Any plans to stream DBD again? Yeah, I'll probably stream it soon. Like I said, I was just taking a break from streaming. I needed a break for a bit. Who's this new warlord yet? What was his name? What did I name him? Goodbrand. His name is Goodbrand. All right. Let's find a different group. Let's find a different group. Let's find a new group. How goes the Tomiki writing, Raymond? Slow. Very slow. Having to work on it a lot. Good brand? Yeah, that's what I said. Good brand. Is he werewolf or werewolf inspired? You'll see when I get to him. You'll see. What class was I substituting? They threw me in 4 different classrooms. I started the day subbing in health science. Then I subbed in criminal law. Then I subbed in an English class. And then I subbed in a history class. The history class was the most ill-behaved. Hey, Raven, just wanted to know if you want to do a graded armor series. I'd come up with a criteria. I'll send it if you'd like. You can send it, but probably not. I'm just probably not going to do that. It's not something I'm all that excited about. And frankly, I just don't like if the criteria is good, I'll consider it, but I don't have a lot of plan to it. What happened in the history class? Just about everything. The kids wouldn't sit still. They wandered around the room. They ate food, threw things at each other, yelled at each other, shouted. Had to call them down numerous times without them ever responding properly. At one point, the school had a lockdown because apparently a student in the hallway had a medical emergency, so they locked down the school and they told everyone to stay in their classes. But all the kids start running to the door because they want to see what's going on. And I'm like, get back inside, close the door. And they have the gall to look at me crazy, like, why are you telling us to sit down, man? I said, because I told you to sit down, you idiots. And then one girl just keeps giving me this death glare, like she's daring me to try something. He's like, why? And then I said, why are you looking at me like that? She goes, I know you didn't just talk to me like that. And I said, I'll talk to you how I like. She said, I'll tell my mama about it. I said, maybe, okay, feel free. It's like, you can tell her what you like. It don't change a damn thing. You're acting the fool and you're going to get yours. Havoc, how you doing, brother? Check Discord. You ain't quitting the channel yet? Okay. Let me check Discord. Oh, hold on. My computer blipped 1 second. Oh, wow. Okay, all right, well. Maybe I still got some more in me to do then, it seems. It seems I may have some more in me to do. Fair enough, fair enough. If that is true, then maybe I have some stuff left to do. I guess my concern, the reason why I'm concerned about the future of the channel, and I'll tell you honestly, it's my honest thoughts. With me planning on going back into teaching eventually, I'm honestly not going to be able to keep up the content regularity that I have been, which isn't a problem. There are lots of people who don't upload content as regularly, and that's fine. But the other side of that coin is I'm largely the story guy. I largely just tell stories. I'm not even the only history guy anymore. General Fujikiyo does well with that, honestly. And I still like the history aspect, but there's not as much to talk about with the history aspect unless a new hero comes out. Hold on. What the? He just kind of glitched. What the hell? What the? What's happening? Like, are y'all seeing that? Like, damn it. But y'all saw that. What the heck? Like, whose latency is switching? Yeah, I was crazy. But anyway, but my thing is, because I'm the story guy, not everyone really comes to For Honor for the stories. And that's fine. No one asked them to. But if it's gameplay, I don't give that as well. I'm not, as you can see, I'm not great in the gameplay. I'm not bad. I won't say that I'm the worst, but I'm not great either. Like, I'm not... Like take for example my troll video that I released the other day. I had people saying, "Nah, dude, it wasn't that bad. What you went through wasn't all that bad. It wasn't that difficult. Those weren't real trolls." And I'm like, okay, but to me they were. Damn. Anyway, you'll be fine. Thanks, Havoc. I appreciate it. You're entertaining in general, not just the story stuff. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. A lot of my recent issues haven't just been For Honor. It's been a lot of personal stuff. There's been a lot of personal stuff going on that's been really getting me down. Just bad news from certain areas. Frustrations with getting a job. There's just been a lot going on. So my attitude has not been where it needs to be, if I'm being honest. You think God is testing you? God's always testing me. He's always testing me, and I don't always pass to the way I need to. Yeah, I'll definitely drop by sometime a break and run. I really will. I really will. I need to. I need to do that more. All right. Are we really doing this? Crap. There's nothing I can do. Jesus Christ. You just got to continue trusting in God. I have faith will carry you through. Yeah, I know, Jake. It's fine. The problem is, what people don't think about when they give that advice is saying you got to keep trusting in God is true. I believe in that, but that doesn't change the hurt. That doesn't change the pain you go through. You still go through pain. That's a part of the walk. So you just got to learn to accept that too. You know, I can't fight one of them on their own. I'm always up against 2 or 3 of them. Damn it. Oh well. In other words, to carry with our cross, right? Yeah, when Jesus says to pick up your cross and follow me, he didn't say it'd be easy. I feel like a lot of people, especially Christians, feel like, you know, as long as I pick up my cross, you know, as long as I continue to follow God, I'll be fine. And that's not always the way it goes. Like sometimes you got to walk through a little bit of darkness to get through. I keep getting into fights with 2 or more. God damn it. Can I get one on them on their own? Can I just get one on their own? They've always got a friend. Raven, my high school went into a soft lockdown because of a bomb threat. Yeah, that sucks, dude. I've been there. I've been there. All right, this guy's by himself. howdy, let's go! What happened, Aramusha? Did you get outplayed? Oh my god, I just went quiet. I just stepped into my Raven world. I just stepped in my Raven space. Oh, I just said, you know what? You know what, guys? Losing is cringe. I've decided to not lose this match. That was just a moment of me saying, you know what? I'm tired of losing. When people say that when people say, no, dude, the key is just not to lose. There you go. That's it. Oh my gosh. That warden spontaneously combusted. Just what he tried to do was he was trying to throw down his healing banner, but he didn't do it in time. Oh, that was funny. That was actually funny. I still gotta play as a samurai, don't I? Okay. You were the warden. I swear. Oh wait, what? Who was the warden? Well, oh, Legion, you were the warden? Great job, man. You played really well. You played really well, Legion. That was great. Very well done, man. Alright, let's see. You know what? Aramusha's gotten that cool update. I think it's time to play some Aramusha. But yeah, man, that was fun, and I think the two best players on the enemy team were you, Legion, the Warden, and that Shaolin. Y'all were playing fire. Y'all were doing really good. When you two were in the same room, I was just struggling. The problem was I kept running into it was just me versus one person. That hat gives him power. I've never been a big fan of Aramusha's hat. It's just me, I guess, but I've never been a big fan of Aramusha's hat. But yeah, I appreciate y'all dealing with me while I'm going through all this stuff right now. It's been a lot. When your personal life takes a hit, it just makes you feel like you just don't have a lot going on. Like, I know that Havoc felt that recently with the loss of his mom, and I'm feeling that now with a lot of stuff going on now, but not comparing what I'm going through to what Havoc went through, not at all, but it's just been a lot that I've had to go through. And it's one thing that I've learned when I was diagnosed with depression, one thing that I was told you'll have to deal with is there will be times where you don't feel happy even when you want to feel happy. Like, you'll be in an environment that makes you happy, but you won't feel happy, and that makes you feel worse because it kind of falls in on itself. Because you feel sad, you try to feel happy, but you don't feel as happy as you want to, so you feel like you'll never get out of that rut, and it just adds on and on and on and on and on and on. And so it becomes difficult. And so what you do, because you can't just talk about that you have depression to people. You can't just tell people that. Like, people don't want to listen. Like, if you go to people and say, oh, I have depression, they go, stop whining, you know? Oh, crap. Crap. She read me. She knew what I was going to do. Oh, thank you for the $20, Tech. Your channel is inspiring me to better appreciate life and much more. I'm happy to call you a friend. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. But what I was saying was, since you can't talk about it, you try to put on a brave face, you know. And I think that's the hardest thing. If I'm being 100% honest, I think that's the hardest thing. When you think of someone who has depression or someone who's struggling with something like that, you expect them to walk around looking sad. You expect them to walk around looking miserable, like it's something you see. Honestly, no. Most often, the people with depression are the people who aren't showing it. Like, they're the ones trying to hide it because they don't want people to worry about them. In a twisted sense, they want to help others by not asking for help, because they don't see their own lives of having that much value. Whoa, and he's gone. So it's a very frustrating and scary situation to be in sometimes. Crap. Oh well. But yeah, that's kind of how I've been for a while now. It's been a lot. It's been a lot. And I don't want to make this stream all about me just pouring out all my issues. That's not what I want. I wanted to do this stream to kind of just get back into it, to get my feet wet again, just to show that I am coming back. I'm not ready to quit. I really am not. I really don't want to. I really don't want to, if I'm being honest. Like, this isn't something that I'm like, oh, I just need to give it up. I need to throw in the towel. It's something that I feel it's something that I'm worried is almost an inevitability is the problem. We traded, but I won. You have depression? Yeah, I've had depression for years. I was diagnosed back in, when was it? I think it was 2019. I think I was diagnosed in 2018 or 2019, something like that. I was diagnosed with both depression and PTSD. I don't talk about it a whole lot because, I mean, it's not something I want to turn into my whole testimony. Oh, crap. I thought that I got that. So is this guy part of the North Mercenaries group? No, he's not. He is most certainly not. Did I have to do online learning in 2020? A little, but not a lot. Hope you get better. And why hasn't Games Workshop removed the Crash World Eldar, or have they forced it into the Tau Empire? And why did Abaddon salute the soldiers on Cadia? Abaddon saluted the soldiers on Cadia because he respected their willingness to keep fighting. And why haven't they just removed the Eldar? Because the Eldar fans would murder them, probably. Like, they love the Eldar, man. Even if they love even if the Games Workshop guys don't love the Eldar, they do.
Enemy rally. Enemy team is breaking.
Why did our JJ quit? Why do they do that to me? Oh, I didn't even see that coming. Oh well. I heard him. I just didn't kill him. Now they're gonna just hold up in C and just try to gank as much as they can. I can relate. I've been through a lot myself, so I completely understand why you don't talk about it often. Well, I mean, it's just not what you want to do, right? You don't want to burden others with your problems, you know. Crap. Not a lot I can do. I think basically what we're going to just have to do is just, you know, hold out for the next 2.5 minutes. Because what they're going to do is just hold out and see and just gank. They're just going to try to destroy us. Anyway, that's why I didn't use my third feat, because I knew that they would just kill me. Well, either way, we will win in 1.5 minutes. Damn, give them credit. They're putting up a fight. Raven, your feats. I have 1 feat, and it's not going to mean much in a 3-way gank against me. I have 3 feats. 2 are passive. I only got 2 kills and I died 8 times. Even though we won, I did not deserve the win. I'm terrible with Armusha. Whether he gets his buff or not, I'm terrible with the dude. Yeah, you can pray for me, Nana. I don't mind. Least favorite Outlander character? Medjai. I don't even dislike Medjai. I just don't like them because I don't think their lore was that good. I think it was kind of weak. But yeah. I mean, you just got to keep going. You just got to keep going. One step at a time. Any tips for getting into teaching? Well, I went to college for it. You're definitely going to need to take courses. But one thing that I'll say is you need to learn patience, because one thing you're going to learn is that kids are insane, like certifiably. Another thing that I'll say in terms of teaching, like one thing that I think is important when it comes to teaching, recognize what grade level you're going to and prepare for the maturity level of that age group. Like elementary, middle, and high are going to be very different age groups. Like elementary school is where the kids act crazy, but they're doing it because they're children. You know, they're just going to do that. And you've got to be the adult. You've got to, practice your patience, practice, trying to meet them where they are. Recognize that they are little kids. Middle school, the kids are now trying to understand their role in the social hierarchy. They're trying to figure out where they are in the cliques, who are popular, who aren't, who are cool, who aren't. Like, who's the sportsman, who's the nerd, who's the bimbo, who's the punk, who are the bullies, that kind of thing. And they are learning to focus more on themselves than to respect authority. They stop focusing on authority all that much and focusing more on themselves, which can be frustrating. Middle school is probably the most frustrating grade group. High school is a mixed bag. Some of your high schoolers are going to be really chill. They are basically younger adults, and they want to please you. They want to do well. They want to get into college. They want to do something with themselves. Then you've got others who never got out of their middle school phase. They still are trying to prove themselves to everyone around them. They're still trying to act the tough guy, act the fool, act the punk, act the bimbo. I dealt with that one of those kids just today. Like, he just thought he was God's gift. Like, he walked around the room. He strutted like a peacock. He walked in and said, "Hey, man, you my favorite sub." And I'm like, okay. He said, "You remember me? You had me in a class before." I was like, "Yeah." "Wasn't I your best student?" Like, not really. He said, "Oh, come on, man. I was your best, dude. I was your best." No one thought he was funny. No one really cared. But he still wanted to act the fool. He wanted to act like a doofus. And so he kept acting like one. And it was very cringe. Damn. I feel like my revenge should have come in a bit quicker there, but it's no big deal. True facts, anytime I pick up Peacekeeper, I lose. Every time I pick up Peacekeeper, I lose. That's just how it goes. Yeah.
You captured Zone A.
Have you ever dealt with a student who thought they knew better than you? Yeah, I deal with them all the time. There are a lot of students in your class who just feel like they are better than you in every conceivable way. They don't trust you. They don't listen to you. They don't obey you. They think they know better.
You lost Zone C.
I think if Break and Run is right, I think I end up in some very weird lobbies. Oh well. I've gotten one kill. Hey! Didn't earn it, but I got it. Joy. I don't know what it is, man. Anytime I pick up Peacekeeper, I just get destroyed. I don't think I've ever won a match with Peacekeeper.
You lost Zone A.
Oh well. Have I even gotten my first feed? I don't think I've gotten my first feed. No, I've gotten it. Just not a second. This is what I meant when I was worried about my future with For Honor. I can write a story, I can't play a game. Haven't you had to deal with kids who smell like weed? Yes. There we go.
Your team is breaking. You captured Zone A.
Jeez.
You lost Zone A.
What is he doing? I thought we were having an honorable fight, and then that happened? Bye. I don't even know what happened there. I don't even know what happened there. Did I hear about the next Xbox having Steam on it? No. Raven, are you doing okay? I'm worried about you. You must have missed the first part of the stream. Where I go, at least in South UK, my history lecturer in particular encourages us to read books. Yeah, that's a good piece of advice, but the problem in America is we don't lecture anymore. Everything's technology now. Like, everything is all technology now. Like, we actually are required to use technology in the classroom. Like if your lesson plan doesn't involve some kind of technology, they get upset with you. All right. Let's see what happens now. All right. Sohei Gladiator, Hitakiri Raider. All right. Oh, man. I don't know, guys. I can't do this much more. I can't do this much more. I mean, just look at this. How come that wasn't the right distance? I feel like that should have been, but okay. I think after this I'm going to switch to bots. I'm getting tired of this. I'm getting tired of this. Fuck. Is there even a point? Just... How did Sly Cooper and the fall in love? They just were around each other all the time because they always interacted. Like... Is there even a point? Like, is there even a goddamn point to this? Am I just wasting my effing time? Am I planning to make more Legends Vikings? Not right now.
You captured Zone C. Is breaking. You captured Zone A.
I gave it my best. I think I'm done. Jesus Christ. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Of course it's the Hitakiri going, wow. Of course it's him. Good night, Nina. Have a good one. Of course it's the Hitakiri being toxic. Oh, boy. I think I'm going to play bots. I think I'm just going to go play bots. Just wow, wow, wow. That Hitakiri was a bitch on his own. He needed it. And they all leave. Of course they do. They all quit when things aren't going. They all quit when they win. It's just awful. It's just awful. I don't know how you can play that way. Alright. I'm just going to play bots. I'm just going to play bots. I just got back on For Honor. I'm not a fan of the new changes. I like them fine, for the most part. I think they're fine for the most part. Love the arena storyline you came up with. How many parts do you plan to release? Right now I've got 2 parts planned with a 3rd that could happen. But I'm not working on it right now. I've got other projects I've got to finish up, then I'll finish up the arena. I can't be good in PvP, so I'll be good in PvAI.
You captured Zone C.
Raven, if possible, if there's enough time, could we see what you have for Tira? She's the only how to build left of your generation of legends. Sure, I can do that. That's not a problem.
Lost Zone C.
Well, it's the weirdest thing, Jake. People have said, hey, Raven, you're really bad against gankers. Why don't you go to duels? The problem is, when I go to duels, I play against people who excel in one-on-one. So it's like, if I play in Dominion, I'm good against them on their own, but they like to gank because they know they're not good on their own. But if I go to duels, I'm against people who know how to go one-on-one.
Zone C.
And then, like, it's just a lot.
Lost Zone C.
It's not so much that you're bad that other people are salty and coping. I think it's that a lot of people in Dominion just stick to each other and play crutch characters. Like Hitakiri, Kyoshin. Characters that just grant just so many boons to them that it's like you can't lose. Something I've noticed in For Honor's World lately, seemingly no one of importance ever gets killed. Yeah, no, and the reason for that is because if you kill someone with a hero skin, then what happens when someone new comes along in a match who's wearing that hero skin? You know? They can't kill off the important characters. They could potentially do more with them in the future. I mean, I have my own theories about what's happened to a lot of them, but then again, I don't know the lore that well, so it's hard for me to say. Raven, who's my oldest character? Rio.
You lost.
Rio's my oldest because she is over 200 years old. He's long since dead and he's still a hero skin. That's true. That's actually a true point. Never mind. I take back what I said.
You lost Zone C.
By the way, the Northern Guard characters. What about them? What about the Northern Guard characters? Oh, they're amazing. Thank you.
You captured
Bye.
Zone A. You captured Zone C.
Will more be added over time? Maybe.
Enemy team is breaking.
It's besides Ultra or any of your other characters inspired by people from your life? Yeah, couple. A couple are. Rio, the Kensei, is inspired from an ex-girlfriend. Lin Mei Hua is also inspired by an ex-girlfriend.
You lost Zone A. Enemy rally. Enemy team is breaking.
How's the stream so far? I've given up playing against people right now. I just want to play against the bots because I've been having some rough matches. We've won, I think, 2 or 3 matches. I think 2. And lost all the others just against really difficult matches.
You captured Zone A.
Have you played any more Monster Hunter Raven? Yeah, I've beaten the game. I've beaten the game and just been kind of hunting for fun, but without a friend to hunt with, it's just kind of boring and repetitive. I mean, I enjoy it. It's nice, but the story wasn't as good as Monster Hunter Worlds to me. I prefer Monster Hunter Worlds, Monster Hunter World. You know what I'm talking about. That story was a lot better in my opinion.
Victory.
Godric Leedus was also inspired by a real life person. So some of my characters are inspired by real people. Ruth was kind of inspired by me, but that's a totally different story. Are you and Lark and I going to play some more Space Marine 2 co-op? Yeah, probably. I mean, we might do that sometime this week since his computer's in the shop. He could play it on PlayStation. All right. You know what? Let's hop on over to Breach. I think it's time for Breach. I still haven't heard from Lark yet, so we'll see. What really sucks about when I switch to bots is like a percentage of my viewers leave, which really sucks. Where's anyone assassin dead? When you said assassin dead, I thought that you were saying Assassin's Creed for a second. I was like, what is... I haven't even brought up Assassin's Creed, but then I read the rest. I was like, oh, got it. That was confusing. Wasn't Teamwa as well? Yes, you're right. Teamwa was based on a buddy of mine. Yes, you are exactly right. Could play some more Helldivers on stream too if y'all are up for it. We can't because Lark had Helldivers on PC and he doesn't have his PC. Taking a while to get anywhere. All right, well, while we're waiting, I guess we'll go over here. You asked to see Tira. She's been updated lately, so here's what we got. We got the Mintdangarajan helm, the Gorth chest, and the Orugar arms. And then you have the Heimar head, Heimar shaft, and Heimar pommel. You have no ornament. Oh, okay, we're in now. Alright, I need to play as a Vanguard to get those points. We've got a Samurai, Viking, and Knight already on the team, so I'll go Wulin. I'll go Tiandi. Wasn't Ruth based off a biblical figure? The name was, and the concept was, but personality-wise, I based her a lot on myself. What happened to his PC? It's having some technical issues. Everyone, I learned that Steven means honored. Just thought it was interesting since we call Jormungandr Steve. I call Jormungandr Steve based on two jokes. The first joke is from Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged, where Merrick Blishtar constantly calls all of his minions Steve. If you've watched Yu-Gi-Oh! The Abridged, you know that every time he makes a new minion or hypnotizes someone, they have to legally change their name to Steve, because they're all just named Steve. So that was the first joke. The second comes from a channel I used to watch semi-regularly called The Cinema Snob, hosted by Brad Jones. And he was kind of like Nostalgia Critic, but instead of nostalgia, but he did a lot of other kinds of movies, like horror movies, B-list movies, porno movies. I never watched the porno ones, but his B ones and horror ones are always funny. And a couple of years ago, he reviewed one of the very early My Little Pony movies. I never watched My Little Pony, but Cinema Snob is always really funny to me. So I wanted to hear how he made fun of the My Little Pony movie. So at one point, he has to constantly keep saying these really girly names like Sprinkle Swirl, Stellar Star, like all this stuff. And it was getting old for him, so we'd go, okay, I'm not saying that name either. His name's Earl. And so he would just come up with these really masculine names for these ponies, and then he'd go, you know what, I'm not calling you that either. Your name's Steve. And so there came a moment in the movie where a character says, is that you, Bubblegum, or something? And he goes, it's Steve. I just laughed my ass off the way you said that. Just, it's Steve. And so ever since, whenever someone mocks a name, like, how dare you call them, like I used to, okay, I'm going to get hate for this, but you know what, I've got enough hate as it is. Let's add on to the hate. There was a time where I accidentally misgendered someone, apparently. Like, I thought that they were what did I think they were? I thought that they were a girl. It turns out they were a guy, or whatever. And so they said, actually, that's not correct. And I just knew that they were being anal. They were being an ass. So I just said, you know what? Screw it. And then I went, you're right. I'm sorry. It's Steve. And so ever since, I just now just say, it's Steve. So when people started giving me crap about how I was pronouncing Jormungandr, see, initially what happened was, in the beginning, it's Steve from Minecraft Raven. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about Minecraft, so I can't make that connection. But originally what happened was I called Jormungandr that. I said, it's Jormungandr. That's how I pronounced it. But then I had these people, just these anal people going like, no, it's not Jormungandr, it's Jormungandr. You've got to do the hard J consonant. And I'm like, I don't think that's right, but fine. If that's the way you want me to say it, I'll say it that way. So I said, fine, it's Jormungandr. But then after I started saying it that way, another group showed up saying, Raven, why are you saying Jormungandr? It's actually Jormungandr. And then I'd go, okay, I'll change it. And then I changed it and then said, no, actually, you need to roll the R. Jormungandr, not Jormungandr. You got to roll the R. And after a while, I'm just like, I'm trying to please you people. His name's Steve. So, and now whenever people tell me that I mispronounce Jormungandr or Jormungandr or Jormungandr, I always say the same thing. It's Steve. And then people say, well, what if it's a girl? It's Steve. It just... Those rolling letters are nice. Oh, yeah. I had to learn how to do that. Like, I had to learn how to do that in my Spanish classes. Also, I had to do that in a play once. I had to do that in a play when I was in my drama department. I've done a lot of plays when I was in middle and high school, and one of them I did have to do some rolling R's. Just not making a lot of sense, Roger. You know, like you're just gonna roll those R's. One person thought that I named them Steve because I was referencing the Bible again and referencing the martyr Stephen, and I'm like, no, I'm really not. Not everything I do is a Bible reference. I'm Dutch, so the G is hard. What G? Jormungandr spelled with a J. Join the cult of the Raven Knight, where you legally are required to change your name to Steve regardless of gender. No, you don't need to change it just for me, but that's just what I call Jormungandr now. Oh, no. You know, the funny thing is, when it comes to me and pronouns, I honestly don't care if you want to use a different pronoun. What I care about is if you are able to respect me as much as I respect you. If you show me respect, I will usually show you respect and call you by whatever the hell you want. But if you act anal retentive and like needy and bitchy, like you have to do this, then I'm like, okay, I don't respect you enough to do that. It's like, you want respect from me, you gotta start respecting me, you know? Like, respect is not given automatically, you know? You gotta earn it. You've gotta earn respect. So that's just the way I look at it. If you want me to call you by what you want, fine, I'll call you by what you want, but show respect to me in kind. That's how I've always looked at it. Hey, how do you respect someone that uses Skittles as their pronouns? I've never met someone who uses Skittles as their pronouns. I've never seen that before. For me personally, I like Chibi's pronouns. Chibi uses she, them, because she wanna she them titties. Wah! The iframes on Tiandi's dodge are incredible. I had a person once. This was a true story, and you can take it however you want it. I don't care. When I was in college, learning how to deal with a classroom full of kids, we were told quite frequently, you need to learn to respect the way kids want to be called, because this was back when the whole pronoun movement was getting started. This was back when it was all like kind of hitting the big scene, and I was kind of like, I mean, whatever. It's not a big deal to me. But then they said something that kind of shocked me, and what they said was, misgendering someone is violence. Misgendering someone is violence. It's painful. It hurts them. And I thought about it. I thought about that for a second. Is it really violence? And I thought about how when I was a teacher once, a student accidentally said, "Hey, Mom," because they're used to talking to their mom. They're used to asking for things from their mom. So they came to me and they said, "Hey, Mom." And I looked at them and I said, "Do I look like your mom?" And it's like, "Oh, sorry, Mr. Raven, sorry." And I just laughed. I said, "No, you're good, man. It's good. I just thought that was funny." And then I thought, wait a second, they misgendered me. That's violence. I deserve workers' comp. That kid needs to be expelled now. He misgendered me and assumed I was his mom. That's so gross. That's so wrong. How dare you? How could this elementary school kid possibly misgender me like that? That's so offensive. And I'm like, how? The kid made an honest mistake. He wasn't doing it intentionally, and even if he was, I wouldn't have cared. It's kind of like saying, come on, man, are you my mom? And I'm like, you need one. Just... It's not over emotional people just blow things out of proportion. Exactly. That's exactly right. It's not a big deal. You just got to learn to roll with it, go with the punches. Some people are going to give you exactly what you want every single time. Some people are just going to be total chads about it. Others aren't, and they're either making mistakes or they're just being assholes. But you do with them, you just move on. The worst thing you can do with an asshole is just give them what they're looking for. You know what I mean? And what most assholes want is they want you to lose your cool. They want you to lose your shit. And believe me when I say I've made the mistake of losing my shit with assholes before. Believe me when I say that. That's why the Bible teaches, restraint. That's why the Bible says turn the other cheek. Jesus, that's a line from Jesus. If a person's right hand slaps your right cheek, turn your left so that they may strike that one as well. Turn the other cheek. Don't get bent out of shape over an idiot. Y'all got a Bible lesson today and you didn't even know it. Ha ha! See, I've already calmed down from those PvP matches because I'm just playing bots now. I'm a lot happier. PvP does that to me. It messes with me. Oh, you want me to go to the Guardian? Okay. But are you really playing For Honor if you don't hate it? That's a good question. Sometimes you just gotta get that hate boner, Oh. Damn it. I appreciate what the Orochi was trying to do. He was setting me up for that. That's why I gave him a thanks, because he was setting me up for that. Any news on Title Update 2? It's coming in April. That's all I know. It's coming in April. Raven, have you ever thought about making American Warden design? I could try. I mean, I've made an American Lawbringer design. Do you need another? What's the best flavor of pie? Okay, I may be biased on this, but I love apple pie. Just apple pie, bro. It is so good, especially with cinnamon. Wait, which way am I going? Oh, I got turned around. All right, let's keep going. Hi, Glitch Club. No explosion. I will have to admit, it's almost euphoric schooling someone on an argument. Yeah, man, it can feel good sometimes. But for me, it's not always about winning. It's about getting to the truth of the matter. I think that's what's most important. Hold on, guys. Just got a message. If it's my brother, I need to go. No, it's not him. Okay, we're good. Hello, warrior. D&D play session? Me and my brother played D&D Sunday. We were doing D&D Sunday with Jay and Hannah. I got 21 kills. Did that complete my order? I hope so. Would you like an apple pie with some vanilla ice cream, Raven? Actually, my favorite dessert isn't even pie. I mean, pie's good, don't get me wrong, but that's not even my favorite dessert. That's not even my favorite dessert. Pie's good, but that's not even my favorite. All right, let's see. Yep, finish that. Good, good, good. And I have a Breach Slayer, even better. We can knock out Breach Slayer. Like pie's. What's my favorite dessert? Okay, all right. My favorite dessert, the best dessert I ever had was you get a chocolate cake, right? And I don't mean like a vanilla cake with chocolate icing. No, no, no. No, that's fine. But what I want, chocolate cake, chocolate icing, strawberry. Like put strawberries on it. Like you put some diced strawberries on it. Add vanilla or chocolate yogurt, either one, around the sides. Put diced strawberries on that too. Strawberry and chocolate drizzle. That was euphoric. That was euphoric for me. Like, it was so delicious. You know what, guys? I'm going to go a brand new character. You have not seen this character, but you will now. What's my favorite Viking character? Highlander, probably. Probably Highlander. This lawbringer's name is Giorgio. Georgian. But he has a very particular story. But you will not hear it for a little while because because he is being worked on. What are my thoughts on male and female friendships? Do you think men will only approach a male relationship with a woman if he's attracted to her? No. No, I think that men and women are perfectly capable of being friends without being romantically involved. I have plenty of friends who are female who I am not and probably will never be romantically involved with. I think it's totally fine to have a female friendship or male friendship. Like, just have an opposite sex friendship that does not turn romantic. I think that's totally possible. Case in point, Hannah. Well, true story, Hannah and I were interested in each other, but the issue was distance. She lives across the country. So we've just kind of decided that it's best to just stick with being friends, which is fine. It works for us. Yeah, I know, distance, right? But it's fine. We make it work because, like, for example, in some of our RPs or role plays that we do together, we make characters that fall in love with each other. So we make it work. We make it work. Argonian Lawbringer. Do y'all want me to just tell you his story? Like, I mean, it's kind of a spoiler, I'll admit, but if you'd like, I can go ahead and tell you about this guy and what he's all about. I need to go heal. Raven Knight, thank you. The Bible college that I go to says it's impossible, and when it comes to relationships, they don't allow hand-holding. The Bible college says that you can't be friends with the opposite sex and not be in a relationship? That's ridiculous! Okay, I would ask them this. No, legit, I would ask them this. Your professors or whoever say this, ask them, where is that in the Bible? Could you point to scripture, please, that says that men and women cannot be friends unless they're romantically involved? Like, I honestly want to know the scriptural reference they're pulling from. I really want to know. Because Paul was friends with a woman, and they were not romantically involved. So, I don't see how that works. Jesus was friends with Mary Magdalene and her sister Martha. They were never romantically involved. Like, Jesus and Mary Magdalene is a great example. I know that there are some sources that say, oh, they were romantic. No, they were not. They were not romantically involved. And hand-holding is punishable by dismemberment. That sounds like one of those joke memes about the super shy girl who thinks that holding hands is like... Okay, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the anime Love After World Domination. Because in that anime, in the very first episode, Desumi and... oh god, what was his name? Fudo, Desumi and Fudo were on a date together, and Fudo was like, I'd like to try something, Desumi. What is it? I've been doing research, and I have found that one way that couples like to show intimacy and relationship issues with each other is by holding hands. And he goes, I'd like you to do this with me. She goes, what? Holding hands? That's so forward. I mean, isn't that like a fourth or fifth date thing? And he says, according to my research, it's a first date thing. And she goes, oh, how can so many people be on dates and be so scandalous? And I'm like, see, that to me is a joke. That's a joke when you have a person who has no idea how relationships work and they're just scared to do it. Like, I mean, I get it. When I was on dates, like, sometimes I was nervous. I was nervous to hold hands, like, because I didn't know if they'd be okay with it. But just, that's funny. Where in the Bible did you get that? Love After World Domination was a great anime. It was. Destiny was so adorable. I still find Fudo's date plan and realization of the second episode to be hilarious. I was about to kill him. I'll be real honest. I was like, you absolute dunderfuck. Oh, I mean, I have no room to talk. You want to know the very first date my dad went on with my mom? Oh, they talk about this all the time. The very first date my dad went on with my mom. They went on a run together. But the difference was that Fudo did not tell Desumi what they were going to do on their date. He just took her. My dad told my mom. He said, hey, would you like to train for a run with me? She thought he was joking until he showed up in his running gear. Like, so I have no room to talk. I mean, like, would a man be approaching a woman with the intention of being in a purely platonic friendship with her? Seeing all those cases happen when the two meet under specific circumstances. Okay, well, let me give you this option. Let me give you this option. I would ask this. I would ask you this, Dexter. And this isn't to be mean. This is just an honest question. I met my Chinese girlfriend, Leaf, because while we were at the grocery store, me and my brother were leaving. And on our way out the door, it was raining. And we saw Leaf, this Chinese girl, standing there, waiting near the rain for something to happen. And I asked my brother, I said, what's going on there? And Lark said, well, she's waiting on the tram to come pick her up because she probably doesn't have a car. I said, when does the tram come? He said, probably in 30 minutes. I said, she's going to wait here in the rain for 30 minutes just with groceries? I said, he said, yes. I said, nah, man. So I went to her and I said, hey, you're in my class, right? I've seen you. My name is Raven. Do you have a ride? If not, we'd be happy to give you a ride back to your place. I wasn't looking for romance. I wasn't looking for a relationship or a date. I wanted to do something nice to help her out. She said yes. And we took her and we got her in the car. We rode with her and I said, hi, my name is Raven. This is Lark. We've seen you on campus before. How you doing? Are you from China? Like, yeah. And then we just talked for a while. And then she admitted that she was having trouble with her history class. And I said, hey, if you ever want tutoring or you want some help, just let me know. We'd be happy to talk to you. And she ended up messaging me later and I would tutor her. And I also took her shopping when she needed to, like take her in my car so that she didn't have to, catch the tram. And in return, she would sometimes cook for me or she'd go out with me just to get dinner. And very gradually, it turned into a relationship, but it did not start as a relationship. I did not approach her with the intention of, all right, I need to freaking ask this girl out. I'm going to take her on a date. We're going to start a relationship right here, right now. That's what's going to happen. We didn't start that way. It was just started with me approaching a girl and saying, hey, I just want to do a nice thing. I just want to help you out. Another example, when I was at Anderson University, every Wednesday we had a Bible study. So we go to the big auditorium for our Bible study and we're singing a song and I see this girl just standing by herself, singing by herself. And I'd seen her before and she's always by herself. And I felt bad. I said, I'll bet she needs a friend. I'll bet she needs someone to talk to her. So I walked up and I said, and I just stood by her and finished the song. And I just shook her hand and I said, hi, my name's Raven. How are you? And she introduced herself. Her name was Doyeon. She was from Korea. And she was alone because she was one of the Korean students. And she didn't have a lot of friends that went to the Bible study. And so after the Bible study, I got to know her. We exchanged phone numbers. And we just became good friends. We did start dating the next year because we became friends. But again, it wasn't out of a desire for, hey, I want to date you. It was out of a desire for, I just want to help you. I just want to be a friend. And that's quite often this. My dad used to say this all the time. And you guys may find this crazy. You guys may find this absolutely nuts, but it's true. My dad said that back in his day, back when he was young, when he was our age, he said dates were not hardcore commitments. Quite often what dates were was you found a person of the opposite sex you liked or were friendly with. You went out, you had a good time, you maybe saw a movie, you did something fun with each other, you just enjoyed each other's company. And then, after having done that, if you decided you really liked being in each other's company and you wanted to keep at it, you continued until eventually it became a relationship. Nowadays, it's not like that. Nowadays, you don't do that. Nowadays, it's a commitment. If you're dating someone, it's like this whole thing, Like my dad said that nowadays, in dating, it's like if you're not kissing by the end of the second date, it's like a failure, right? But my dad said, I didn't kiss your mom until like the third or fourth date, Like, because it was just something we did. Like, he said, hey, I'm going to be preparing for a run. Would you like to join me? Okay. They went for a run together, and then they got ice cream afterwards. That's all it was. Like, that's all they did. That's how it started. And for me, it was literally just picking up a girl who needed a ride or standing with a girl who just was lonely. You know, you start by building a relationship. You start by getting to know this person. That's why I don't like the whole idea of online dating or blind dating. The reason I don't like it very much is because I don't know this person. I'd like to know them a little bit more. And maybe that's my problem. Maybe it's... And one thing that people have told me is that, Raven, you have too high standards. You know what? When it comes to romance, I want my standards to be high, you know? I honestly prefer your dad's definition of date. I'd rather build a relationship than jump in. Oh, yeah, and my dad says that the times have changed. You know, my dad would say, you know, when we told you boys growing up to not be afraid to date girls, we assumed that the dating world was just like it had been when we were kids, but it has changed so much. And because the dating world has changed so much, it looks nothing like what it used to be. I was taught that kissing was a third date. I don't know what it is nowadays. Oh, they're dancing. Y'all dance. Y'all dance. I like your dad's wisdom a lot better than my dad's. My dad is one of the smartest, most wise people I've ever met. Like, genuinely. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that because I was raised by him. Like, honestly, other people are happy when dad's around because he's just so wise. He's so down to earth. He's so amiable. He's just a guy that knows a lot. He's seen a lot. He owned his own business for 25 years. There's a video on my channel. You can find it. I did an interview with my mom and dad, and you can hear my dad answer some of the audience's questions. Like, genuinely, look it up on my channel, an interview with Raven's parents. Just literally look it up, because my dad, like, shares some wisdom, and you will love it. You got that light skin, Riz? What does that mean? Like, I'm not trying to sound obtuse. I'm just like, I don't know what that means, light skin, Riz. Maybe you can do videos where you share your dad's wisdom. I mean, I can try that. Like, I can share some wise things that my dad has talked to me about. My dad actually said this, and this is something that I think we all need to hold on to. He said, one of the reasons why divorce happens so frequently is because men and women are not willing to compromise with each other. Men are expecting women who are either as beautiful as they've always dreamed them to be, or are living, or are the lifestyle that they've always wanted them to have, like being the perfect housewives, never questioning anything, you know, they never nag, they never do anything. He said, here's the thing you got to recognize about women. He said, here's the truth about women. Women will not always make sense to you. Women think vastly different than men do. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bash on women. It's just true. Women and men think tremendously differently. A woman will make a bigger deal out of something that my dad thinks is a big deal. But on the other hand, my dad will consider something very important that my mom doesn't see as a big deal. They will approach things very differently. And some men will not handle that. They will be like, nope, I refuse to associate with this woman. And they want to date a woman who they think will click off all their boxes, not realizing that later the woman that they get with next, like their next date or their next girlfriend or wife or what have you, is going to have the exact same problem. The problem then is not the woman, it is you. Because you're not willing to compromise and understand the difference here. But he said that's one of the reasons why divorce happens so regularly. Men and women are not willing to compromise. And the same goes for the other direction. It goes to women too. It's not just men being boorish. Women do the same thing. Women often, my dad said one of the problems that he has with the modern day woman is a lot of women nowadays treat sex and sexuality and sexually promiscuous behavior as average and normal. And, you know, if you don't like it, you're a prude. He says there was a time where women were scared to show off their bodies, were scared to stand out from the crowd, scared to wear skimpy dresses unless they were around someone that they trusted. Nowadays, women do it all the time, but then get upset when people stare at them. My dad, I think he put it like this. I think my dad put it like this. There was a time you hid the dog treats from the dogs until the right time. Nowadays, people wear the dog treats around their neck like necklaces and are surprised when the dogs salivate. He said, of course they're salivating. You put the damn dog treats out for everyone to see. And he also said this. He said, one thing I learned from being married to your mom. He said, one thing I learned from being married to your mom. I still don't always understand her. Like she'll want something. She'll say that she wants to do something. But then there's a problem with it. Like there's this problem. And I'm like, what's the problem with it? She doesn't know what the problem is. He says, sometimes you need to just expect. You know what? There are times you're going to deal with your wife or girlfriend. And they're going to have moods. They're going to have wants, they're going to have desires, they're going to have situations, and you're not going to understand it. It's not going to be what you think is the right response or the right way to look at something. But you have to just accept it. You need to go on this little journey with your wife, and you need to love them in spite of it. On the other end of that note, to women, now here's the thing, my dad admitted I don't have daughters. You know, I had 2 sons. I don't have any girls. But if I were to speak to a girl, here's what I'd say to them. Cherish the man you have. The Bible says that women should be subservient to their husbands. But that doesn't mean that they are slaves to their husbands. Do you want to know why women are subservient to their husbands? Because the man in a relationship, in a general sense, is the head of the household. He has the logical mindset and the physical strength to lead and protect the house. That said, the man lacks the nurturing capability that a woman can offer. That's why when a child is born in the family, the wife will usually be the one in charge of managing the children all the time. They spend the most time with the children. You want to know why the housewife idea came into being? Because it's the man's job to go out and provide and protect the family. It's the woman's job to raise and nurture the children. But more than that, it is also the woman's job to support the man. Do you want to know what destroyed? You want to know what? Hold on. Hello, Lark.
Chum.
How are you?
How's that up? Hope next best thing.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah, well, I'm going to be heading to Long of Harn, so I can get the Zerg if you would care to join me.
You know what? I would love to join you. We're right in the middle of a breach match. Once I wrap it up, I'll head your way.
Alrighty, I'll see you soon then.
All right. See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Later, bro. All right, so this will be the last match. But you know, the thing is, you want to know what really hurts a lot of men? A lot of men commit suicide or fall into depression because they try to bear the weight of the world on their shoulders. They try to bear the weight of the world on their shoulders. And they can't do it on their own. You know, we like to think every man is a mountain, but we're not. There's an old saying, behind every great man is a great woman. And there's a reason for that saying. Women, quite often, are best suited when they are supporting their men. Why? Because that man is going to provide for you. They're going to protect you. They're going to love you. They're going to give you everything you need. And the only thing they ask for in return is that you give a fuck about them. See, there are some men out there who think that women are only good for sex. Now, part of that is because a lot of men, honestly, are pigs. There are a lot of men out there who want physical, sexual gratification, and they want their woman to give it to them. But another side of that is a lot of women has said that's what they want from their men. They want sex. And so the man's like, okay, if that's what you want, I'm gonna give it. And if you want proof of that, think about those TikTok women or those women who say, I've slept with 100 guys in one night. I've done this and that in one night. I have a body count this high. Do you know what that tells men? All right, well, I guess all women want is sex, so I guess I'll give them sex. And then they're shocked when the women say, no, I don't want that. That's such a piggish thing to do. But I thought that's what women wanted. You know, we can't understand the rules of the game when you keep changing them. You know what I'm saying, dog? But a lot of men are confused by what the rules are. They want a woman. A lot of men want women. They want a woman to love. They want a woman to cherish. They want a woman to protect. But they don't know the rules to reach this woman. What do they have to do? What does the woman require of them? See, women, y'all women in the chat, if there are any women still in my chat, you have no idea how much power you have. You have the power to move mountains, and those mountains are called men. You have the power to make men do almost anything. And there are men who will walk through hell for you. Do you want to know something amazing I saw once? I was outside of a movie theater one night. I wasn't at the movie theater. I was there for something else, but I was outside of a movie theater. It was called the Columbiana Grand. And there was this woman. She was texting. Whoa, I just flew. What the fuck? Anyway, so I was texting someone, and there was this woman. She was also texting someone. She was just walking along. And suddenly, this guy comes along and starts talking to her. They clearly knew each other because they started arguing. Apparently, they knew each other. The guy suddenly grabs her arm very forcefully. Do you know what I saw? There were 5 men who suddenly dropped what they were doing and approached the situation. Do you know why? Because there's something in our DNA. There's something in our gender. There's something in us that wants to protect, support, and care for women. It's just in us. It's something about us. We want to keep women safe. We want to give them what they need. We want to provide for them. Even if it's not a romantic thing, it is something ingrained in us to protect them. But do you know what men want a woman to do for them? Believe it or not, you know what most men want? It's not sex. You know what most men want? They want affection. They want acknowledgement. They want attention. They want a woman to tell them, I care about you. They want a woman to tell them, hey, I value you. This family values you. Your children value you. We value you. We care about you. And do you know what a man will do for just that? Anything. Do you know what I would do for that? Anything. If you told me, the true story, I mean this from the bottom of my heart. If you told me, hey Raven, if you give up For Honor cold turkey, if you just stop playing For Honor entirely, in return you will get a girlfriend who loves you, cares for you, and will support you always, For Honor's gone. It's uninstalled tonight. It's history. Because most men want that from a woman. Most men want that from a woman. And then for that, men will go through hellfire. Men will fight battles. Men will slay demons. Men will do whatever it takes to protect and care for a woman who genuinely cares for them. That's the role of the woman. And there are some people out there who think, oh man, that's so sexist, saying that a woman can't take care of herself, saying that a woman can't provide for herself. You want to know what I think? Let me ask you a genuine question. The woman who is a CEO has an 8 to 6 job every day, makes a ton of money, and spends all of her time at work. Do you honestly think that woman is truly fulfilled? She may be. I'm not saying she isn't. She may be. But I'm willing to bet money she probably would like someone at home who cares about her as well. I've talked to women at school that work as teachers. Do you know what a lot of them tell me? They wish that they could be stay-at-home moms. They wish that they could be at home with their children. They wish that they could be at home taking care of the kids. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying that's the case with all women. There are exceptions to every rule, absolutely. But a lot of women I've talked to, in the teaching field at least, where female workers flourish, is they would much rather be at home. They would much rather be taking care of the house. They talk about all the things they're going to do when they get home. They're talking about how they got to get ready for dinner and how they wish they could have been home early to work on that. A lot of women I've met want that life. You want to know the people who are telling women they need a 9-to-5 job? You want to know those women? The women who are unsuccessful and unfulfilled in relationships. I went down. But yes, and I know that I've gone on this tangent for a while, but to me, you look back at, like, you know what, you can go all the way back to Genesis in the Bible and look at this. God created Adam first. God created Adam first and put him in charge of the Garden of Eden. He had to name everything. He had to take care of everything. But then God said, man is alone, and it is not good for man to be alone. He said, it is not good for man to be alone. So God puts Adam to sleep, takes one of his ribs, and uses that rib to make Eve. And Adam takes one look at Eve, and he knows this, and he says, this is the flesh of my flesh, bone of my bone. I will call her woman because she came from man. And Eve was Adam's helper, not Adam's boss, not Adam's leader, not Adam's slave, Adam's helper. And through her help, Adam was able to be successful and no longer alone, and God said, it is good. God said, it is good. That's why I feel so bad for women who feel like they have to whore themselves. You know that whole thing about, I remember watching this guy, I watch him, he's a Dead by Daylight content creator, his name's Spook and Jukes, and he went off on someone for saying, why do you think it's bad for a woman to have an OnlyFans account? Why do you think it's bad for a woman to have an OnlyFans account? And my response to that is, what is OnlyFans? It's basically streaming porn. It's streaming strippers. It's streaming sexualization. You pay women, and sometimes men, to do things for you. Is that not a problem for you? Tell you what, okay, you're right. It's fine for a woman to have an OnlyFans account. Tell your daughter that. If you came home and caught your wife doing an OnlyFans thing, half naked for a bunch of strange men, would you be A-okay with that? Because there are two answers. If the answer is no, I would not be okay with that, then you know exactly why that's not a good choice. If the answer is yes, then I have to ask you, what if the screen was removed and you came home to your wife alone with 5 or 6 different men all offering her money to strip? Remove the screen element and tell me it's still okay. You know, that's kind of how I look at it. And I'll tell you why. It's not because I dislike women. It's like, wow, you're saying a woman can't do what she wants with her body. No. What I'm saying is I care too much about women to have them expose themselves like that. I believe that women should have way more respect for their bodies, way more respect for their sex, way more respect for how they present themselves. You want to know what I love about a woman? I love a woman who's willing to take care of herself, who's willing to be modest with everyone else except her boyfriend or husband. That's the one person they're willing to be themselves around. That's the one person they're willing to be a little bit more carefree around. I want a woman who is willing to be herself around me, but modest around everyone else, because she is my helper. She is my woman. Just like Adam saw Eve and said, she is flesh of my flesh and bone of my bone, I want to say that to my woman. That's how I view it. Now, some people may disagree. Maybe they would say that's old-fashioned. They would say that's not the current thing. Fine. If you feel that way, I get it. To each their own, I suppose. But I think we would have a much healthier society and healthier relationships in society if we taught people, men and women, to respect themselves and their partners more. Men, stop asking for women to cater to everything you want and try to compromise more with them. Some days your woman is not going to make sense and they're going to value and prioritize things that don't make any sense to you. You know what you do? You show patience, you walk through it with them, because at the end of it all, you're still together. She's still yours. You work through it with them. Women, stop asking your men to be either beta cucks for you or whatever the heck your fantasy is, and stop trying to control their lives. At the end of the day, the marriage dynamic has always been man is head of the household, woman supports him, but both together create something fantastic. The woman is provided for and everything she needs, and the man has the support to continue to move forward. Some people say that love is all about control. What do you say about that? Control in what sense? This will be my last question before I go. Control in what sense? Like control in what way do you mean? Like, I'm not being mean. I'm just really curious. What do they mean by control when people say that? I'll give you a second to answer. I've heard that line, but I'm not sure in what it's meaning. Of each other, like love in terms of each other? Okay. Like marriage because girls get jealous. Okay. So here's what I would say to that. In terms of control, here's what I mean. If I'm married to a woman, I don't want to control her. I don't want to control her life. I don't want to restrict her from doing the things she wants to do. But if she sleeps around with other guys, if she dates other men, did she love me? And of course, some people would say, oh no, she loves you. She just needs to venture out. No. That's not the issue. Does she love me? If she's willing to leave me to go see other men, does she love me? And if she doesn't, if the answer is no, sorry, I don't love you, well, then we need to break up. This isn't a matter of control. I want to be married to the person who loves me and only me. It's not about control. If she doesn't love me, I'm not going to hold her down. The same goes the other direction. If I'm married to a woman and I start seeing other women, did I really love her? See, to me, marriage is you have found the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. That's true love. That's not control. That's not control at all, because marriage, what it really is, what marriage really is, two people looked at you. Want to know how I know it's not control? Here's how I know. Watch this. What do you do to instigate a marriage? You propose. The man gets down on one knee, holds out a ring, and says, will you be my wife? That's a question. That's an invitation. The man did not grab this woman and said, you are my wife now. Here is ring. We're going to a church. We're getting married. You don't get a say in the matter. The man gets down on one knee and says, I want to devote my life to you. Will you devote your life to me? And the woman has the choice now to say yes or no. If she says no, that hurts, but it's the honest answer. If she says yes, the two sides have come together. That's not control. That is freedom of choice, and both sides made their choice. Now, it's a tough choice. I'm not saying it's an easy choice, but it is a choice both sides have to come to in mutual understanding. That's why it can take a while for some people to come forward and propose marriage, because they want to make sure it's the right call. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see it as control. I see it as both sides have the freedom to choose their path in life and who they spend the rest of their life with, and they made the choice. But I will say this. If you're avoiding marriage because you're afraid of getting restricted by being with one person, I've got bad news for you. That's a slut lifestyle. Man and woman, that's a slut lifestyle. You have no dedication to anything but your own promiscuity. You don't love anything. You lust after everything. The life of a person who says, I'm not going to marry because I don't want to be tied down by one person. I want to live free, man. That's not living free. Actually, I will make this biblical. That's not living free. You are a slave to your sin. The Bible calls that slavery to sin. Instead of living free in the glory of God and true love, you're living as a slave to lustful sin because you're chasing the next tail that attracts you. I'll go after this one girl for a while and fuck with her for a while until, I'm bored of this girl, I'm going to go to the next one, and then I'm going to go to the next one, and soon I've slept with all these girls, but I'm never fulfilled, am I? Because I got to find the next tail. I got to find the next girl. This one has better boobs. This one has better lips. This one has better eyes. This one has better butt. At the end of the day, though, all I'm getting is physical pleasure out of it. I'm not getting love. I'm not getting love out of it. I'm a slave to my lustful desire. I'm a slave to, I need my next fix. I need my next F. I need my next thing. You're a slave to that. You've fallen victim to that. So when you say, I want to live free and not get married because that's going to tie me down, you're literally saying, I choose to be shackled by sin. Whereas with marriage, you stay with one person, but not only did you have the freedom to choose that, but now this person is going to support you for the rest of your life, and you no longer have to be a slave to your lust because you have a person who's going to be there for you night and day, day and night, not just physically, but spiritually, comfortingly, physically. You have a person there who's with you through everything. Those one-night stands that you get provide a temporary physical release. They do not provide you love, and love, as the Bible describes, is the greatest thing of all. Above all things, cherish love. So to the people who say that marriage is a controlling device, I would say it's not controlling you. You're controlled against it. So that would be my response to those people who say that marriage is for controlling. It is not about control. Marriage is about the ability to choose someone to be your betrothed forever. And in doing so, you gain something greater than temporary lust. You gain a partner, a soulmate, a companion, a friend. That's why I take marriage and love so seriously. The women in the chat, do you agree? I don't think I have any more women in the chat right now, if I'm being honest. I'm speaking to the men right now. Anyway. Look at the scene in Disney. Robin Hood, when Maid Marian was asked by Prince John if Robin truly loves her, Robin tells her that he loves her more than life itself. Yeah, he does. He truly did in that scene. That's why I think that Disney doesn't understand love anymore. But that's a different rant for another day. That's a different rant for another day. I need to go. I need to go eat with my brother because the place is going to close soon if I don't get there. Anyway, guys, this was fun. You know what I need to do more often? Just play against bots. I just need to do that. Just chill out with you guys. But hey, always willing to share wisdom. Always willing to talk about this kind of stuff, spiritual stuff, wisdom stuff, things like that. I'm always willing to talk about this kind of stuff. Yep. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Tomorrow is Wednesday. I don't know if we'll stream tomorrow. We'll see. We'll talk about it when we get there. But anyway, thank you guys so much. I wanted to say more, but that's it. All right. Good night, guys. Take care. See you next time.